Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Faithful Cartographer mini-series. I bet you might be surprised to see this episode. I thought I would do a quick bonus episode 6. Normally when the test branch gets updated, I don't like to do like follow-up videos where I give everyone the details on every little update to the test branch, because at some point you just have to kind of talk about the first version or maybe one of the first versions of the test branch to pop out from Hinterland's gestation place. I don't know what that is. And then after that, I think you just have to cover like what the patch ended up being, you know, once it actually is released. I don't think it makes too much sense to talk about every single item that can possibly be, you know, added throughout the test process. But I wanted to make a bit of an exception because there were some things that I didn't cover in the first 5 episodes, just very, very small things that have been pointed out. The first of which, and this is not the biggest one, but since I've got my lantern out, I might as well show you. By the way, I slept through the night and I ate a few things and I drank a few things, so that's why we're in a slightly different position than when you last saw me. I didn't want to start an episode like exhausted and in the dark, which is where we were, because I was ending the miniseries at that point, and before I decided to do a bonus episode 6, excuse me. But notice that the lantern is swinging around a little bit. It's never done that before. Pretty cool, huh? So, oh yay, here's the creepy music finally. I wonder if Fluffy magically spawned.
I need snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Sometimes Fluffy is bugged and will appear after he or she or it has not been around. And yes, I know we're thirsty, but anyway, I'm beating around the bush. The biggest change, and I wanted to bring this up because it's so important, and it's important for so many reasons. I'm going to talk about a few of them, but the biggest change to be discussed. Oh, nice. Fire Striker. Can't complain about that, ever. In the... I'm building up the tension now, aren't I? In the test branch is... Look what's back. Look what's back. It looks different because, again, we've got the new UI, but I'm holding down tab right now. I can see how many hours of daylight are left. I can see every single meter that I need to see. I can see my condition. And then when it fades, watch how cool this is. It keeps the condition on the screen of the... the actual thing that's hurting me is my thirst right now. Now, I can fix that by going up to this fire barrel. And let's see, let's use our brand new Fire Striker. We have some lamp oil. So why not go ahead and just light a... Oh, there's already charcoal in here. Nice. So sometimes I guess you can walk straight up to certain fire pits and they'll just have some charcoal ready for you. I like that. That is also not something that we saw in the first run of the series. Let's go ahead and get some water, because we definitely need to... Oh, look at the showers? Shadows moving. It's cool. So let's do that. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good thing that they got the tab overlay added back. It was it turns out that there was so much craziness, so much just... I don't even know how to describe the reaction. Even I was one of the people that was a bit more incredulous, like, why is this gone? You know, and I'm talking about in my actual public reaction, interaction with developers, etc. I don't normally, and I'm not saying that I was hopping on board any Hinterland hate trains, but I don't normally join. I'm not normally on the side of people that are like, hey, wait a minute, why did you change this? And kind of complaining. But in this particular case, I really thought it was, you know, a big deal, and it is a big deal. And oh, cool. Love these loading animations. And it is a big deal, but because there was so much chaos and people were so frustrated, there actually wasn't a lot of clarity on what actually wasn't working. Because again, we're in the test branch right now. This isn't a new early access patch. This is a brand new, this is what you might call hot code. This version of The Long Dark has just been polished off for us, right?
So hungry,
okay, now we're hungry. Has just been polished off for us, and even Hinterland hasn't done full QA on it, so they're not familiar with what, you know, all the little tiny things that might have changed accidentally. And it's possible, especially for the people who are making this game, who have been through every version of it. They, you know, especially in the case of Raphael, you've got every version of the game in your head, right? You've got the past versions of the game, you've got the present version, and you've got your ideas for what you want the future version to be. So it's, they don't think about the game like we do, and so basically everybody was talking around each other until finally they buckled down you know, and started looking at the source of all these complaints. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? And then it was like, when we hit tab, this screen isn't supposed to come up. But, you know, as soon as that happened, they're like, oh, crap. and immediately changed it in hotfix 1. And hotfix 2 came out a little while later. And that was, I think, just changing some additional bugs. Or, yeah, fixing some additional bugs, rather. Some antiseptic there. We are encumbered. We're carrying a lot of stuff right now. But we're finding stuff, too. It's the advantage of being in the dam. We're going to need our lantern again. So yeah, essentially it was a bug. Which makes a lot of sense. Is there an arrow in the door? There's usually an arrow in the door. Where's the arrow in the door? There it is. It was in my face. Literally. Okay, let's go downstairs. I bet you there's lots more stuff to be found here. So yeah, it's just great news. And the other, I mentioned when I was building up the suspense to it, I think the other piece of this news, and just the piece of how this process got resolved, that's important to reflect upon as well, goes back to the community piece that I've discussed a little bit in this miniseries. And I don't want to soapbox too much with you guys, but I mean, just to give you the short and sweet version, it just shows that, you know, when you engage in a constructive dialogue where you're communicating clearly and you're not, you know, letting your emotions get the better of you, and you're just trying to say, hey, there's a problem, you know, will you, you know, check this out. The more people can kind of get on board that train, the easier it is for Hinterland, or indeed any developer, to respond and to implement the will of the community, as long as it, you know, aligns with the will of Hinterland, you know, and that's a good thing. And I think that happened in this case, and that is something to celebrate. That's something for us to be proud of, something for, as a community, I mean, and it's something for the developers to be proud of as an aspect of their community. So I think it's cool. That's why I wanted to do this little follow-up series, or this follow-up episode, and I'll do a full 25 minutes for you guys. I'm sure you can see the episode length by now. I'm still in the midst of moving, so if I sound a little bit different, it's because I am in my new recording space. They just fixed a bug that's been running with Adobe Audition for the past month or so, where noise prints couldn't be properly captured, but so I downloaded the new version, and I was able to capture a new noise print based on some of the stuff, you know, that I have in here. You know, just how the hum of my computer sounds in this space, you know, to go ahead and filter that out of the recording. I've got all that done. What I'm doing is I'm just picking up everything, and then once I'm done searching through here, I'm going to kind of go through my inventory before I leave. But yeah, so if I sound a little bit different, it's just because I'm using a new noise print for the first time in several months. I probably don't sound very different, but you know, things are in different positions and such. Oh, this is new. They've changed something. I know that the colors are different. They've definitely added more. They've made this a more lively place. Absolutely. But, and I haven't really been commenting on that, but this is definitely a more lively place. But these pipes are all new. Oh, hello. What are you? You are a wool scarf. Yeah, I'm still in the midst of my move. I'm almost done. We've had a lot of rain in my area. Right around the window of the time I needed to move, so I'm still picking up some odds and ends at the old place. But no more leaf blowers. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy. We're gonna see. There's some scrap metal there. I'm amazed I'm still walking as quickly as I am with how much crap I've picked up. I'm also amazed I don't have a pry bar yet. What the hell, game? Like, how have I gone this far? And through the dock, not the dock, the dam, mind you, and I don't have a pry bar. This is like 4 or 5 different lockers now. Scratch that, 5 or 6 that I can't get into. What the crap? I must have just overlooked one somewhere. That's gotta be it. I have to have just missed one, but no one's commented, so it's been I think more than a day since the last episode, as of the moment that I'm recording this. So don't know what to tell you. Still getting used to holding the button down. There are definitely still some mixed reviews on the holding the button down to play thing, and I kind of hope they add an option that lets you play it the way you want to. Even if it's like a kind of a carpal tunnel option, if you will. One of the major complaints that came up from at least one person that I saw. But if there's any truth to this whatsoever, and I'm not questioning the veracity of it, if there's any truth to it whatsoever, then more people will have the same issue. You know, people. There was a guy that posted and said, "I am unable to play the game now, basically because of all of the interactions being hold based instead of just click based. Long Dark was one of my favorite games to play, and now I am not able to play it because I have, you know, severe carpal tunnel." And you know, and there's different ways to approach that particular issue, I'm aware, but I do like. I think ultimately I might still kind of be on the side of let's just click things. Then again, I've been playing the Long Dark for 2 years, so you can take that as you will. We've got a lot of food now. And speaking of which, we've got so much food. Let's go ahead and eat some of it. Let's eat the energy bar so we're not... I mean, we're not losing condition. We weren't that hungry. How are we doing? I like that we can see the condition so easily. Let's eat that. Got a rifle round on the ground there. Very nice. Already been through all those. Been through those. Anything here? No. But you are going in my gun. Oh, hello. What are you? Driving gloves. Don't care. Oh, I can't do anything yet. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. One of my commenters and I just had a little bit of an exchange earlier today. Well, not today when you're watching this, but today when I'm recording this. The hands on the gun are a really nice addition, but it would be cool to see some trigger discipline, because look, right now the player character has their finger on the trigger. You know, unless you're getting ready to acquire a target, you know, your finger. You know, if you're at all disciplined in using a firearm, and not that I'm some expert, but I know this much. If you're all disciplined in using a firearm, your finger should be your index finger should be straight, and it should be resting alongside the trigger guard, not actually on the trigger. And I actually think, you know, as soon as I had that exchange, I was like, well, it would be great to see that added as kind of an automatic thing that happens when you hit a higher level of firearm skill. So I tweeted that exchange with that commenter to Raphael. So that suggestion is in for the future, and I know he saw it. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see that added in the future. I do like the new hands on the gun though. It just looks fantastic. It's nice to finally, you know, not feel like there's just a gun floating in the air. And again, I like the fact that this thing actually just wobbles around the way it does now. Okay, so I think we've gone through everything here. I've been kind of chattering a bit while I've been going through, so I'm not quite convinced that I've looked at every possible thing. There's also always the possibility that... Interesting, I could break this down. I wonder if there's anything behind it. Alright, so what we need to do is hang out here for a second. Did I get everything out of here? Yes, I did. Alright, I know I got everything out of there. Oh yeah, let's put this away, because we've got plenty of hours of daylight left. Did I pick up my bedroll too? Yes, I did. I did pick up the bedroll. I know I put it down in the quote-unquote final episode of the miniseries, but I went ahead and changed that back. So we picked up a wool scarf, so let's see how that might change my situation here. All right, this is 64%, and at 64%, its bonuses are 1.1 and 0.6. Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. I just wanted to check and be sure, but this is definitely the better of the items. So tell you what, let's go ahead and harvest that. And then let's also harvest that. Okay. It looks like we also picked up, yeah, that's right. We've got actually a couple of, whoa, hello, we've got lots of pairs of gloves. So let's, yeah, let's harvest these. Let's get rid of them. This will not only free up some weight, but it'll give us some material with which to repair our other items. Not that I think we need it, but could be a good thing. And I would like, with the remaining 10 minutes of this episode, once I'm less encumbered and have my stuff kind of organized a little bit, to go back out and do a little bit more looking around. Maybe head to another spot, or just use some more, do some more charcoal mapping. Let's see, harvest. Yeah, I don't know why I thought about that. My brain went elsewhere for a second. So we got 7 hours daylight left. All this harvesting is going to take time, unfortunately. So, alright, let's do... Oh no, I didn't want to wear them. I want to wear these, because they're nice. Now these ones that I'm harvesting are nice too, but they're not as warm. They're good for motion, they're not good for mobility, or for warmth. For actually keeping your body temperature up. And this is kind of a game about post-apocalyptic survival in the snow. So, you know, priorities. Okay, what do we got? Oh, wow. This toque is, like, atrociously bad condition. Let's go ahead and repair that and hopefully succeed in the first try. Come on, just give me one game. Yay, thank you. All right, one try, and it repaired it all the way. The Worn Fleece Cowl is also not in great condition, so let's try that. Now, it's not going to do it 2 times in a row. It's just, that would be impossible.
Oh, I need to find food.
We have just witnessed the impossible. Holy crap. All right, so now we have both our headgear items are fully repaired, and all of our body items are in pretty good shape. We don't have any clothing to put in that slot, so we actually still have room for more clothes. So we're pretty well repaired, and now it's just a matter of what the heck am I carrying. Let's do some micro eating, and by micro eating I mean we're going to pay very close attention to what I'm carrying that's actually heavy. So let's drink this Summit soda. We're basically going to eat the heaviest items first. We also should probably go ahead and just drink from this, and that'll free up some weight. We actually don't have that much food on us, so as of now, tell you what, let's drink this beef jerky, or eat this beef jerky. I was thinking of how it was going to affect my thirst, so drink was the verb that came to mind. And let's go ahead and take care of the stale granola bar, because its condition is a little bit lower, and that just needs to be taken care of. What else do we have low condition wise? We're good? Alright. You can sort by condition as well. Of course, you can click this, and the lowest condition items go to the bottom. Or rather, to the top. You can click it twice. It's the same as sorting stuff on a computer. Just, you know, you can sort it from different directions. So, what are we carrying that's so dang heavy? Got the gun, right? We've got 2 hatchets, so we can drop one of our hatchets. So we picked up a second one of those. We're wearing a new simple parka, but we want the new simple parka. We are carrying a... Honestly, I'm going to drop both of the toolkits, because again, we're not going to be playing for that long. Don't need them. And after that, there's some reclaimed wood, the antiseptic. Wait, is that extra antiseptic? I think it is, actually. I think we have a couple bottles on us. Yeah, we do. So, why don't we go ahead and drop the full one? I know that looks a little bit like suicide, but again, not playing for the long term. It's just not that big of a deal. Let's drop 2 of the books. Let's drop 5 of the newsprint. See, it's still sorting the heaviest stuff. We can drop 1 of the reclaimed wood. We've got a lot of cooking books to read too. When I pass the time, that's one thing I didn't really focus on in this series, and I've said it over and over why I didn't. But just to acknowledge, like, if I'm playing a full season of Against All Odds, I'm going to treat the research books differently. I'm just letting you know that. For those of you who have been watching this series going, why is he playing in this strange way? It's because I'm just trying to show you this stuff. So, let's see here. Is there anything else, really, that I need to... Yeah, I can drop this scrap metal, actually, for the same reasons I just enumerated. Oh, we got some fresh cuts as well. Interesting. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and drop those, and I probably won't come back for them. I definitely won't come back for them, because there's really no point having them. Let's go ahead and harvest the 2 broken arrows that I have. 3 hours daylight left. So if we're going to take advantage of this and do a little bit more exploring during this daylight, we can always sleep and get some energy back. And then we won't be encumbered anymore, so that'll be nice. I might need to maybe make one more fire on my way out to get some additional water so that I'm definitely good there. But let's go ahead and, well, speaking of that, how are we doing encumbrance-wise? Okay, we're actually under our limit, so we can move full speed again. Let's get back to the other side of the dam. I want to go back up to that fire pit that we used earlier. I'm going to run a little bit. Oh, wow, look at how limited our sprint meter is because of the clothing we're wearing. Holy crap. And that's it. That little bit of sprinting officially encumbered us. Okay. Hi. Don't know what happened there. I don't smoke. I promise. I'm not just... Okay. I'm perfectly healthy. Yeah, I love that the sprint meter encircles the encumbrance icon so perfectly. All right, so last time Fluffy wasn't here when I came into the dam. I went downstairs and I came back up and she was here. So I'm going to assume that that's the case again. I'm just going to assume that that bug hasn't been fixed. Here, Fluffy, 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 Fluffy. Here, girl. Wow, maybe she's really not here. Or she's upstairs. This could be like a terrifying end of this episode. Take charcoal. Put away. Get the gun out. Alright, I've got 2 flares. I'm gonna go ahead and light one of them. Just in case I have to throw something at Fluffy's face. I'm serious, this happened to me on YouTube. Yeah, I think in Against All Odds season... No! Was it Survival School? It might have been Survival School. I can't remember. I think it was on YouTube. Maybe it wasn't. But I totally, like... Okay, it seems like she's really not here. On another note, I seriously don't see a pry bar anywhere. But yeah, I went to the dam. Fluffy wasn't around. I went downstairs to the lower dam. Came back up. Fluffy was here. That's normally where you can find a pry bar. But there's not one here this time. Weird. Alright, well, let's not agonize about it. Let's go outside. Tell you what, we got 2 hours daylight left. Why don't we step outside? We're going to use the flare to light a fire. Campcraft, fire. Lit flare. Let's go ahead and we'll go with a book. We've got an 80% chance of success. Words. If we... Oh, I can use a torch. Interesting. If we light that book on fire. And then, of course, we can add some wood to this. I wanted to come outside and just get some water made really quickly. Maybe I'll go to 30 minutes for this one. See, I'm making this comment. You guys can see exactly how long I went. So, I've been bad lately with virtually all of my series. And I know some of you love it, but it's actually not... Oh. Okay. Hang on. I know some of you love it, but it's actually not a good thing that I've been going over the 25, 30-minute mark. Just that sweet spot between 25 and 30 with so many episodes lately. It means I'm taking more time to record single days content, and that makes the schedule very, very challenging to maintain. But in this case, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Not just one of my favorite games for the channel, it's one of my personal top 5.
Come on, little fire.
And remember, I'm not exactly a youngin', so, you know, there are I mean, this is up there for me with like Chrono Trigger. And when I say Chrono Trigger, I'm talking about Super Nintendo Chrono Trigger, not Nintendo DS Chrono Trigger. Or even PlayStation Chrono Trigger, you know? In terms of experiences and how memorable it is, it's there. That's where I'd put it. All right, so fire, that's our skill indicator for the fire skill going up. Let's go ahead and add cedar firewood. And then we need a little bit more water. Because if we're going to sleep... Alright, there goes our flare. To be expected.
Whew, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Alright, it's getting pretty dark. Alright, now, is there anything we can get some tea, and that would improve our rest. We don't really need improved rest, but let's go for it anyway. Come on, Embers. Cook that tea. Thank you. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Dang it. I did mention that cooked food needs to probably be instantly added to the radial. And I got a bit of positive feedback on that possibility. So hopefully we'll see that in the final version of this patch or in a coming version. Alright, so we got some improved rest. Let's step inside. And we're going to sleep through the night. Well, actually, no. We're not going to sleep through the night because, unfortunately, sleeping through the night is not a thing. But we're going to try to sleep through the night. Right, let's do this. Just going to do 10 hours, which should take us right about to when it starts to get bright. Yep. You woke fully rested. Screw that. Give me a damn circadian rhythm. It is not dawn yet. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and drink. Let's get that meter nice and full, plus that'll reduce our burden a little bit because that extra water is heavy. And let's... I mean, we don't have enough light to pass the time. Not yet, so let's pass the time for an hour. And then maybe I can sleep for an hour?
Man, all I can think about is food.
I did not mean to do that. There we go. Alright, now we're going to get dawn. And let's see what we can do here. Woke up fully rested. Pick up. I go outside. We should have a little bit of daylight. Doesn't look like it is. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. New location discovered. Why does it say that? This is not a new location at all. Alright, so first things first. Let's use some charcoal. Survey local area. 13 hours daylight left. So it looks like we got a little bit of storm coming. God, look how far away it is. Wolf carcass. Interesting. Deer carcass. So wolf carcass, that's probably the one that we shot. Let's see, what have we got? Now, one thing is, in the current version of the overlay, I can't see the temperature. I think the old overlay did show temperature, if I'm not mistaken. So not to return to my previous tune of overlay is still not perfect, but I feel like there should be some information about temperature on the screen too, because if we can see it here, we should probably be able to see it on the overlay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say we need to be able to see the information, but I will add the caveat that I can't quite exactly remember whether that information was in the previous overlay or not. So if it wasn't, then maybe not quite as big of a deal. So let's do some micro eating. There's that, and then if I drink, I should be good. One of the reasons I'm really trying to stay below my encumbrance limit is not only just conserving energy, but to close out this bonus episode, I would actually like to head out toward hypothermia risk. Yay! Yeah, is there anything new over here?
I'm gonna die if I don't warm up soon.
Alright, so it's actually pretty cold. We might even get frostbite risk if I'm not careful. But I thought we'd go this direction. We, of course, won't be able to do any charcoal mapping, because in this current version of the test build, charcoal mapping only applies to Mystery Lake. But it's always fun to step outside. Raven Falls, railway line. That looks like a big old rock. Oh, it's coal.
I'll take it.
No kidding. So there's coal alongside these train tracks now. I did not know that. I'm gonna go this way. I want to see before we're done here. There's I hate there's not a slightly better like sunrise. That's kind of what I was hoping for to end the series. Sleep a little bit and then step outside and there's like a beautiful sunrise with a nice view because of the new draw distance and all the settings that I changed. But no such luck. So instead, we're just going to pay a visit to the train. Oh hi, there's a deer. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna shoot you in the face. Like that. Yeah, run away. Lest you meet the same fate. Oh, that felt good. It shouldn't have felt good. But it felt good. Look at these cattails. I can't not harvest cattails. It's like, it is literally a compulsion. God, I am shamefully overtime on this episode. Alright, where's that? You know what? I'm not going to quarter that. As much as I would like to, because another thing they changed in the test build is there are now, like, little bits and pieces of animal on the ground. And, yeah, that's something that now exists. Let's step inside here. Not only because there could be interesting stuff. I really wish the weather was better. I was hoping for a little bit more, like I said, in terms of views, but at least we got a fun little kill shot at the end there. Oh wow, this is supposed to be... Oh, wait a minute. Is it further? Oh yeah. Yeah. It's these that are open. There's one further down that's you can actually get into. This one here. Hey, stuff. Sewing kit. At a weird angle right now. Antiseptic. Is that a new label? Interesting. I'm gonna leave that. I don't need the antiseptic. Jerry can has how much? Pretty good. But nothing really needed in here. So, yeah, we're at hypothermia risk right now. Let's have a quick look at our character. Feels like 15. Right now we're at 26%. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end this series by climbing down to the ravine. And seeing if we find anything fun. Oh wait, do we have Mountaineer's Rope? I don't think we have Mountaineer's Rope, so we can't climb down to the ravine. Hadrian, what are you thinking? I don't even know. Well, maybe we'll get something of a decent view to end on. I've technically already ended the series, but I hate to just... This is a bonus episode. I hate to just kind of cut it on a kind of a... Okay, I'm done. Let's at least find a nice view. To say goodbye over. Until, of course, Against All Odds Season 4 starts. In like a few weeks. That's a flexible time frame, but I do Against All Odds seasons every 6 months or so. Oh, hi. Is there a stone somewhere? Dude, you are... I feel a little bit guilty for what I just did. Let's just take the carcass. So yeah, we are officially carrying a dead rabbit. Oh, and notice that we're giving off a little bit of a scent indicator now. A little bit of a scent, rather, and we can see a scent indicator as a result. Okay, here's another dead deer. This is the point where we can go down to the ravine if we had the opportunity. Technically, we can still get down into the ravine, we just wouldn't be alive. We made it down there. Man, I wish we had rope. Isn't there sometimes rope over here? In certain situations? Isn't there sometimes? Or is it a little further? Am I thinking of in that cave? I think that's what I'm doing. You have rope in your backpack, buddy? Nope, but you do have a steel granola bar. Awesome. Well, let's walk out onto this log. Try not to die. Now, it looks like there might actually be kind of a nice view in that direction. So let's go a little bit further up. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I want to enjoy not only the beauty of the game in general, as terrifying music plays, but these nice new graphic settings that make it even prettier than it was before. I'm glad everyone appreciated the beginning of episode 4 as much as I did. Got a lot of positive comments on that. Oh man, this is good. This is good. Hang on, can we step outside? Can we get around these? Do we have to be on this side of the fence? Come on, let me out. Let me out. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way around. Really? Is it completely blocked in? It's completely blocked in. All right. Well, let me go over here. Oh wait. There might be a way. There might be a way. I might have found a way. This is pretty awesome, you guys. We're 37 minutes into an episode in which I said I've been bad about going past 25. I just love this game too much, and this is a bonus episode, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of extra content. But I'm very, very happy to see this overlay added. I think they'll continue to tweak it. They could still change their minds on it. Hopefully not, though. I don't think they ever intended to remove it. So, you know, they said they were still, you know, looking to change it. So maybe that means they'll add the temperature stuff I was talking about as well. But I will go ahead and cut this episode here. And of course, cutting it here and cutting the save file here also means that I will have a little bit harder of a time, you know, returning to this point. So this will be the final episode in this series. If I do any additional stuff, I'll probably just load up a new playthrough and show you whatever. But chances are the next Long Dark episode you see on my channel will be something in the Against All Odds series. Because it's about time. It's about that time, rather. So, anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, and if you enjoyed this mini-series, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to follow along. Really grateful for all the comments I've gotten from you guys as you've jumped in, and a lot of you have, you know, mentioned that you're new to the channel as a result of the series or other Long Dark content you've seen of mine recently. So, welcome. And again, thanks for all the positive feedback, especially when it comes to positive feedback about some of the difficult, you know, conversations we're having in the community right now about positivity and about supporting supporting developers that are really pushing to get a product out. So I appreciate all of the positive interaction, and even when the interaction isn't positive, I appreciate the ability to speak to negative situations constructively. And that's really the word of the day is constructive, not positive. And I think the more we can focus as players and community members on constructiveness, not only here in this channel's community, but in the greater Long Dark community, and as gamers as well in general, with how we treat all of our fellow gamers and the developers of the games that we play, I think we'll all be better off for it. So I appreciate very much all of the great attitudes that have been shown so far. Thanks again for watching. Comments are always welcome. Continue to let me know what you think, and I'll see you next series.